you've been with me for a minute now, you know that I'm diving deep into this little game called Red Dead Redemption 2. But let's be real, sometimes the story feels like it's a bit to keep track of, right? And you know, sometimes you don't really know what's going on. At least I can speak for myself, okay? So today I will be breaking down chapter 1 of Red Dead Redemption 2 so you can get a more full picture of what's going on with Arthur Morgan and the Van der Linde gang. And there will be no spoilers beyond chapter 1, so y'all are good. You can relax, okay? Let's get into it. Chapter 1, Coulter, kicks off in 1899 and the Van der Linde gang is in a rough spot. They're on the run after a botched robbery job in Blackwater went south. We don't get all the details yet, but they are fleeing the law, stuck in a brutal blizzard in the Grizzlies, a rugged mountain range set in the American West. The gangs hold up in Coulter, an abandoned mining town, freezing and desperate. Now, let me set the stage a little more. The Grizzlies are no joke, okay? Think of towering, snow-covered peaks, howling winds, and a landscape that feels like it's trying to kill you. Okay, got it? Coulter itself is a ghost town with crumbling cabins, rusted mining gears, and barely holding up against this storm. But let me remind you, the setting is not just a backdrop, it's a character all on its own, making every step feel like a fight for survival. And it really hammers home how vulnerable the gang is at this point, and it sets up their struggle moving forward. Now, let's talk about the key players in chapter 1. Dutch Van der Linde is the charismatic leader with big dreams of freedom, but you can sense he's under some pressure. Hosea, his right-hand man, is like the wise old dad of the gang, okay? He's keeping things practical. Then there's Micah Bell, okay? We all know about Micah, a slimy new guy who's already stirring up trouble with his reckless ideas. Fun fact, I actually thought Micah was a woman before meeting him, so you can imagine my surprise when this came across my screen. No, Micah's a dude? What? And of course, you play as Arthur Morgan, the gang's loyal enforcer who's tough, but is starting to question where all of this is headed. And others like John Morstan, Abigail, and Sadie Adler, a woman they rescue, add to the camp's dynamics. So now that we've laid the groundwork, what exactly happens in chapter 1? Well, the gang is stuck in Coulter and survival is priority number 1. The missions revolve around keeping everyone alive and planning the next move. Arthur and Javier ride to rescue John Marston, who of course gets lost in a blizzard. Then Dutch pushes for a bold plan to rob a train that is owned by Leviticus Cornwall, a big shot businessman, okay? This train heist is a big moment in chapter 1, the biggest moment in chapter 1, okay? Showcasing the gang's outlaw life, but also how risky Dutch's plans really are. Oh, and you're also hunting for food and dealing with camp tensions, with Arthur as the gang's workhorse in the meantime. But by the end, they score some cash and get word of a warmer place to head next. What makes chapter 1 so gripping is how it sets up the gang's struggle. The harsh Grizzlies and the Coulter isolation mirror the gang's fragile state. It's about loyalty, survival, and the cost of living outside the law. Arthur's wrestling with his loyalty to Dutch, and the setting drives home just how high the stakes are. It's a bit of a slow burn, but the main drive is hooking you into their world. And that's the story of chapter 1. Hopefully this gave you a bit of a better understanding of the lore behind chapter 1 and what's actually going on moving forward, because I know I needed this. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and maybe join us for one of our Red Dead 2 streams if you're interested. Now go ahead and let me know in the comments what you guys think of the gang so far. I'm so curious, and I will catch you in the next one. Yeah!